it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts, Stampin' Up independent demonstrator. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Today is an Inspire Create Challenge. It's our 13th, unlucky for some, and it's a colour challenge. And our colour challenge today is Basic Grey, Bermuda Bay, Daffodil Delight and Lemon Lime Twist. Now we're allowed to add white, and I think we're allowed to add vanilla, and we're also allowed to add metallics. So this is the project that I'm going to show you how to make today, and I have used the four required colours, and that's pretty much it apart from metallics. There is, apart from the inks and the basic grey cardstock and silver foil and the gems, everything I have used is from the sale-a-bration catalogue, so it's free with a qualifying purchase. Now this, I accept, does include a number of free items, so it's also a way of using up some of the items that you've already got. Hopefully you will agree that they're using them up in quite an interesting way. So I'll start with the images and work from there. So I'm using Lemon Lime Twist and Daffodil Delight, and I'm using the Stampin' Right markers, not the blends, the Stampin' Right markers. And I'm using the Springtime foils, which I'm kind of using as much as anything, because if I look out of my window, which is just over there, it's snowing. It was supposed to be not snowing today. We've had snow for the last few days, and today was supposed to be the day it stopped. And just as I was about to start filming this, it started snowing again. So I'm hoping the lighting is all right. Actually, I might throw some more lights on. Bear with me, running over to the other side of the room. I've opened up. I have skylights, Velux windows, which I've had closed for the last few days because it helps keep the warmth in. I've opened those up. It is actually only 2:15 in the afternoon, and it has been getting lighter as the days have been going on, but it's really not very nice today. Anyway, you don't want to know that. So I am using, say, Lemon Lime Twist and Daffodil Delight Stampin' Right markers. The blends will work on the Springtime Foils Specialty Designer Series paper, but particularly with the silver foiling, they will stain the foiling because they are an alcohol marker. Whereas with the Stampin' Right markers, because they're water-based, they'll wipe off, which I will show you in a moment. So I'm going to start with the Daffodil Delight. It's always helpful if you pick up the right one. Now, I would hasten to add, I have already prepared some of these because they're very quick to colour in. They do take a while to cut out because you need to fussy cut them. And whilst I am delighted to spend time with you, you may have other things you want to get on with. So I thought I would save you from having to watch me fussy cut quite a lot of intricate bits and pieces. Now I am going over the area that I want coloured more than once, because the first layer, it's a bit like putting on nail varnish actually, the first layer tends to be a bit thin and not terribly exciting, and it's the second layer that builds up the colour. It dries quite quickly. It doesn't dry instantly because it is a slightly glossy surface, but it does dry quite quickly. So that's the Daffodil Delight, and then the Lemon Lime Twist for the leaves. Again, I'm just adding onto that, and this would be stalk, so I would make that Lemon Lime Twist as well. I won't bother with the rest. And then for this pattern, you also get in the pack dots and stripes, which if you've been following me for a while, you will see I've already used in other projects. So you've already seen those. So that's basically all I've been doing, and then just grabbing a piece of kitchen paper or a tissue, and then I'm just polishing, which does take, unless you leave it to dry longer than I have, and I would frankly leave it to dry longer than I have, you can just polish it and it takes off the excess on both. It if you haven't left it to dry completely, even if you have, because it won't dry on the silver, on the foiling, you will find that you'll get a little bit of a halo around the image. But so long as you keep yourself within that space, you're not going to spread it too far, so it won't spoil what's next door. But here's the Blue Peter special of, here's some I've prepared earlier. So as you can see, they're really quite easy to fussy cut out. It is a good card, it's not really a paper. It is a good one-sided paper, and it's very easy paper to cut. So I just cut these while I was watching, well, more accurately, listening to television. So that's those. Right, now for the card itself, I have got a basic black card base. So that's A4 cut in half, just scored down the middle to make an A6 card base. And what I didn't put out, but I have just here, is, I do have just here, honest I do, somewhere, oh there we are, is an insert, because basic grey is not going to be terribly easy to write on. So I've just got a mat, and this is my standard size first layer mat, which is 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. Dimensions all on the blog post linked below. And please do go over to the blog, because from there you can get to the Inspire Create challenge page, and you'll get to see all the projects that the other design team members have made. I haven't seen them yet, but I know them. They are going to have made some stunning projects, so do take the time to go and have a look at those and visit their blogs. That would be great. Right, okay, so I'm going to do the only stamping that we actually need to do first. I'm using Bermuda Bay for no other reason than it's one of the colours, and make sure I've got this the right way up. So I'm using, let me show you what I'm using, the Amazing You stamp set from Sale-a-bration. So another Sale-a-bration item. So we've got the springtime foil papers, and now we've got the Amazing You stamp set, and I'm going to be using You Are Simply Amazing. So it's red rubber. So just ink that up. I think I need to re-ink my Bermuda Bay, and then I'm putting it slightly over to one side, not hugely but just a little. And there we are. Yes, I definitely need to re-ink my Bermuda Bay, but it'll be all right for this one. Right, I've also mounted up R Simply. So we'll pop that. It is easier when there isn't a camera in the way. R Simply. And then the U. Yes, I definitely need to re-ink my ink pad. You Are Simply Amazing. So I'll pop those to one side to clean later, and pop this to one side to refill later. Right, so that's the inside. Gosh, my brain went completely there. It is known to go, but that was, whoa. Right, I'm using Snail. We do still have Fast Fuse in stock, but as you know, once it has gone from your particular geographic region, it is not going to be restocked, we have been told. So just bear that in mind. If you want Fast Fuse, get it while you can. Similarly, if you want Sale-a-bration items, before the end of the month, or as the month of the end of the month approaches, if anything starts to run out, it is highly likely that it will not be restocked. We haven't been officially told that yet, but certainly that's what's happened in previous years, so do bear that in mind. Right, the paper that I've used is the bubble paper, which is also from the Sale-a-bration catalogue. It's from the first Sale-a-bration catalogue, and it is the Bubbles and Fizz designer series paper, which is Basic Grey, Bermuda Bay, Calypso Coral, Daffodil Delight and Lemon Lime Twist. So this was actually the inspiration for this particular colour challenge. Apart from taking out Calypso Coral, it is the colours from this paper. And whilst we didn't have to use this paper, obviously it makes sense to do so. So here's the stamp set. We're going to be using the Celebrate You thinlits as well, which will be coming out in the annual catalogue when that launches in June, but you'll have to pay money for those then. So in the meantime, you can get them free. These are £90 with a £90 purchase. The stamps and the paper, both papers are with a £45 purchase. And this is the Springtime Foils, which is in the second release for sale-a-bration. So, these are the B-sides, if you like, of some of the Bubble and Fizz paper, which again I'm just going to stick on to my card blank with some snail. Snail is brilliant for sticking paper to card. It doesn't really need to be fast fuse to stick paper to card, so might as well hang on to my fast fuse for other projects where it's more important. Pop that away. And again, I'm going to stick the Bermuda Bay on top of the Daffodil Delight with snail. Remember that the other two promotions during sale-a-bration are the shop promotion, are the host promotion. Shop is £45 free products. The host promotion is if you or a group of you put a workshop order together. If you spend £200 or more, you get an additional £20 of stamping rewards. At £200 you would get £20 because you get 10%, but during sale-a-bration, so between now and the end of the month, if you hit £200 you will get £40, and it will just stay at £20 as an additional. So if you were to spend £400 you would only get the £20 extra plus your normal rewards. But obviously you start getting into free items and what have you, well, obviously the rewards are free. You get a half price item. That's what I'm thinking of. The nearer you get to, let me see, let me check. So at £400 you get a 50% off item. You get 14% stamping rewards plus the additional 200. So that's the host option, and then the join is the usual starter kit, £99 for let me put my brain back in. You will get £130 of product for just £99, but you'll also get to choose 2 additional stamp sets for free, and those are full price stamp sets, so well worth having a look at that as well. Right, so I'm just going to arrange where I'm going to put everything. Shall I have it up here? I might put it up there again. Right, so I'm going to use multi-purpose glue, dimensionals and mini dimensionals for this. So I'm going to pop some multi-purpose glue on the back of the flower and just pop that down, and then I'm going to take a dimensional and pop. Actually, I'm going to take the backing off before I stick it on. And what I do if I'm sticking dimensionals on when they're completely revealed, I go in from underneath with my piercing tool and then just pop that down, and then do the same again for the other leaf. Come along. So if you are not already on my mailing list, between now and the end of March, anyone in the UK who is new and is not a demonstrator, if you sign up to my mailing list, and you have to be over 18 as well. So if you're in the UK, not a demonstrator, and you're over 18, if you're new to my mailing list, sign up, and you will be entered into a free prize draw. And the prize is going to be a little starter kit that I'm going to put together for you. Haven't quite decided what's going in it yet, but it will be lots of lovely goodies. And I will need your address if you're going to take part in that. So don't forget to pop that on the sign up form, which is at the very bottom of my blog. So yeah, it'd be great to have you join that. So yeah, right, I'm just layering up kind of how I feel I want them, really, the various bits really. So some of them I'm going to pop on dimensionals, some of them I'm going to have just stuck with multi-purpose glue. Should I pop it up there or should I pop it? No, I think I'll pop it up here. And I'll just tuck that underneath. And I'm not sticking anything right to the edge, so I can tuck things in. I'm going to do more. I'll pop that up there, I think. This is where the mini dimensionals come into their own. Obviously, you could just cut down the full-size dimensionals, but we have minis, so I'm going to use the minis. They are a little trickier to get the backings off because they are so small, but they work just as well. And it saves getting sticky glue on your, well, one would like to think glue is sticky. Sticky marks is what I was going to say, and failed abysmally. It saves getting stick onto your piercing tool. No, your scissors. What am I talking about? I'm going to blame the weather still. We have had our heating, well, I've had my heating on in my study all day, and it's 2:30. I normally have it so it's nice and toasty warm. At the moment, nice and toasty warm is a distant memory. I have been wearing thick scarf, fingerless gloves, you name it, I have had it on. I've kind of stripped down to do this, down to what one might call normal winter garb. But we live right on the edge of open country, so we do kind of get it. And we're in a bit of a frost pocket as well, so once it's cold, it's cold. Right, pop that in there, I think. I don't think I need that one. No. So I'll just pop this one down here, and then we're good to go. Then I've just got to do the die cut and some bling, and then we'll be done. Now, I would always use, for something that's this finely cut, I would always use more dimensionals than I would if it was going to be, you know, something a bit more solid, because you don't want it to tear. So, yeah. Over on my Facebook page, on the day that I'm filming this, which is the, let's think, 2nd of March, I film well ahead, there I've launched my new craft hangout. So it's a Facebook group that is really just for sharing all your different crafty projects. Doesn't have to be stamping, doesn't have to be Stampin' Up, even if it's stamping. So if you fancy joining in on that, just pop over to my Facebook group, my Facebook page, my business page, and there will be a link there to the group. Right, that's that. Okay, I have already die cut using basic grey and silver foil, so that I can get a bit of a shadow, the word amazing from another sale-a-bration item, which I've already shown you, the Celebrate You thinlets, which are going to be in the annual catalogue. So if you want them for free, now is a really good time to get them. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue onto strategic points of this. It's not taking much pressure, but it'd be useful to have it glued. And I'm going to actually use a pair of tweezers, a pair of dirty tweezers. I really must clean those. And then just pop that. Actually, you know what? I have a silicone mat, so it would be a better idea if I used my silicone mat, really, wouldn't it? Then when it gets gluey, or gluier than it already is, I can clean it off. There we go. Then turn that over. Well, actually, I'll just position it first so I know what I'm doing. Okay, so I need to do a may and ing, really. So again, I'm just going to add some glue to the back of this to then glue it to the card, and then we're done. Hurrah, I can hear you say. Been whittling on for 20 minutes, for crying out loud. You'd think I had nothing better to do with my day, wouldn't you? Right, I don't. I have nothing better to do all day. So, I may zing, actually. Actually, I've then got to add the bling, haven't I? But that won't take long. So we'll pop that there and just grab a couple of blocks just to hold that down for a wee while whilst I find my gems. And I'm just using the basic rhinestones, which are in the annual catalogue. Do remember, we do still have an annual catalogue. I know we all forget it. The moment the autumn-winter catalogue comes out, we seem to forget that there is an annual catalogue. But there's an annual catalogue, guys. Right. Okay, so I like odd numbers, so I'm going to use 5. For no reason other than I fancy using 5 rather than 3. I may turn it upside down and then I can tuck a few extras in. Put one there and one right up the top here, and then another large one just there, I think, or just there. Right, so there we are. That's now basically stuck, so that's fine. Those are our 2 amazing sale-a-bration cards. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please give it a go. If you've got the foil, springtime foil papers, do give it a go. You can use any colours you want. This is just for this project. It would be lovely to see your colour project. So Basic Grey, Bermuda Bay, Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lime Twist. Anything made with those colours would be lovely. All the details are over on the Inspire Create Challenge blog, which you can link through from my blog post, which is linked below. If you don't already subscribe to my YouTube channel, there's a little subscribe button just in the bottom right hand corner. If you click on that, you'll get to know when there are new projects coming through. Particularly if you hit the little bell once you've subscribed, just hit the little bell next to the subscription button, then you will get an alert to know when I have posted another video. If you need any products, it would be great if you hopped over to my online store, which is linked below. There's in the description bar, there's the link to my blog post. Then there's a link to all my social media, which includes my online store. Just click on that and you're away. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I will see you again very soon. Keep warm if it's still cold where you are. Thanks a lot.